What's up, Bomb Squad? It's Wednesday, May 16th. It's episode 18. I'm joined here, of course, my co-host Tones. Somebody had a day off today.
Oh
How'd
yeah,
that go?
that was awesome. I didn't do anything.
That's great to hear. I love that. So we'll jump actually right into it. So you actually did do something today. You watched a movie. What'd you watch?
Yeah. Well, I watched was it my friend
My friend
Jeffrey,
Dahmer.
my friend Dahmer. I watched that. I actually watched the Andre documentary after that, but we'll
Just binging on fucking films. But yeah,
yeah.
just to preface from yesterday's show, in case you missed it. So I watched my friend Dahmer a couple days ago, and it's pretty much just like Jeffrey Dahmer before he's a murderer, and it's like a coming of age kind of tale, and it's like like I said, perks of being a wallflower just gone completely south. So that was my pretty much analysis on it. So what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely interesting story. For most of the movie, I was just like, how do we know this is true? Like, I wanted to know where they got this from. But then if you watch through the credits, it, pops up at the end saying that one of the kids he became friends with in the movie actually wrote the book when he grew up. So it is, actually pretty factual from what I can tell. But it was interesting. The only thing was I didn't like the actor.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought like, I mean, maybe that's how he was, just like kind of always like slouched
He
over.
had an accent in the movie. Jeffrey Dahmer does not have an accent. Did not have an accent. But
Yeah,
like he didn't did that like sound like he had like a foreign accent the entire time? He's from like Minnesota
yeah,
or
well, maybe that's what
Ohio.
it was, just super Midwestern. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't, the actor didn't really do it for me, but it was an interesting story. I
Yeah.
mean, to see like he was kind of, it seemed like every time he was about to like finally become normal, like something shitty would happen and it would just get deeper and
Yeah.
deeper into that hole of just whatever it is in there.
Bones.
Bones,
He just wants he
holes
just
of
loves
bones.
bones.
Yeah, I like bones too, but not those kinds of bones.
No. So what's
No.
your final like Rotten Tomatoes score percentage wise?
I'd give it a 60, 65.
I'd go 78. I'd go 78%.
78? Okay.
Yeah. They're fresh tomatoes regardless. Good
I'm
tomatoes.
pretty tough on like movies and shit, but I just thought I don't know, it was weird how like
Right.
his friends that he became friends with, it was just like so weird how it came about because he just one day in the hallway just started like randomly spazzing out, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Dude, that was funny. Like, let's hang out."
That part was so cringeworthy throughout the
Yeah,
movie. How they were like, yo, you should totally like, go to the library and like do the spaz fest thing.
yeah, it's
It's
what
not
are
funny
you
at all. It's
doing?
just
No,
fucking bizarre.
just stupid and disruptive.
And they love it. Yeah. But overall, yeah, I'd give it like a 78% RT score. So definitely check it out. Worth seeing.
Yeah, no,
Worth
it's
seeing
it's
film.
and if you're into that, like I know some people like real into serial killers, like kind of what makes them tick. Like
Mhm.
if you're into that, it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's crazy. It's a very dark coming of age tale. So
Yeah,
you get to a peek into the curtain, behind the curtain of a guy who's like he's 17, and then like 2 years later, he's about to kill like 17 people and
yeah,
rape their skulls. If you read that Wikipedia page, you are going to be your jaw is going to be on the ground by the
yeah.
time you get to the bottom of it.
Sick fuck.
Sick fuck is right.
But,
So,
yeah. No, I mean I like the actual story. It was just the act, like the
yeah.
actors and everything else kind of took the score down for me. But it's interesting movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we move on from there. So we have an update on Jeff the Scarecrow.
Yeah. So Jeff, he had a tough couple days.
Oh, jeez.
He so right after we posted the last episode with the last update about Jeff, I went outside to my car and it was just covered in shit again.
Oh,
Still not as bad as last time either. So
wow. So is it still like the little drive-bys, or is it just a whole flood? It's a whole mess.
no, there was probably like 5 or 6 shits on there. Which,
All
like I
right.
said, it's not like it was before, but it's still not where you want to be. And
Okay.
I think I might have figured it out. So I park right next to this one bush, right? But then on the
Hmm.
other side of my driveway is a tree. So what I'm thinking is that this is kind of like the bush is like JFK, and then the tree is like LAX, and they're just like flying overhead. And I
Just
always
dropping
wonder
shits on their way there.
yeah, I wonder what planes do with all the shit in there. Do they just like wait till they get there, or does it just go right out the bottom of the plane?
I think it just flushes right out, and then it kind of just disintegrates by the time it hits the ground.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, so they're doing that, but they're not high enough off the ground for it to disintegrate before it hits my car. So
Yeah, that's fucked up.
yeah, it's a work in progress.
Have you considered a second scarecrow?
I've thought about it and doing it on the other side of the driveway by the
Yeah.
tree.
Just build like a cult of fucking like scarecrows. It's gonna look like a satanic ritual going on around your car, but it will work.
It might work. I mean,
Might work.
the only thing that is a little concerned is that one of my next door neighbors on the side that I'd be building the second scarecrow is a African American family. I don't want them thinking that I'm trying to send some kind of message by putting up all these scarecrows and these wooden crosses.
I think that's it over the line.
I'm saying I'm trying not to get that, but yeah, all right.
But yeah, that's still an over the line because we assuming that like you're gonna insult like their heritage. You don't know where they're from.
I just don't want
they're like this from Zimbabwe and they believe in like voodoo ritual.
No, not like that.
Like
I'm talking about like KKK, like crossburn and stuff. Like I don't want them.
It looks like it's a Viking scarecrow.
Yeah, but it's like on a wooden cross, and like, what if lightning strikes and it catches fire? Like you don't know.
Tell them to grow up. It's a scarecrow, and tell them the whole story. They'll buy it. It's like birds keep shitting on my cars, so building scarecrows to stop them. It's not racist. It's still over the line though.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's the update on Jeff.
Well, good for Jeff. Jeff seems like a good guy. Bomb squad member.
He's soaked right now. It's been raining for like the last 24 hours.
Decided to put him up like right. It's gonna rain for the next 4 days. I think it's like 100% precipitation coming up too.
I have to get him an umbrella.
Why not? Maybe you could just build a scarecrow and hold an umbrella over the car, and then like you just get shit on the umbrella instead.
That's not a bad idea. Need a big umbrella.
I still think you should build a bunch of them and just completely shield the car. I don't know. Yeah, your neighbors, regardless, are going to think you're some sort of fucked up, crazy guy building scarecrows to stop birds from shitting on your car. But what needs to be done needs to be done. So here's a quick rundown of today's show. So we got some baseball talk. We got our world famous segments, and then we have a classic 4-pack of questions. But first, we have some news. Are you gonna ask me if it's good news or bad news?
Is it good or bad news? Sorry,
it's bad news.
Bad news. Shit. I got distracted. My computer's about to explode. I don't know if you hear that.
No, I don't hear it.
No? Okay.
No. All right. This might make your computer explode because this is very, very bad news that I stumbled upon. So researchers at the University of Manchester have trained a spider to jump on command.
No.
I saw it too, and it's a fucking massive spider. It's terrifying.
Oh my God.
It's the first time a spider has been successfully trained to jump. Since spiders only eat once a week, Kim, which is the spider's name, couldn't be motivated with food. So instead, they just manually moved her from one platform to another repeatedly. And eventually, Kim was conditioned to make the jump herself. And the team said once she started jumping, she never missed. So they hope this applies to their studies for microbot engineering. So, I mean, like, are you kidding me? You're teaching fucking spiders to jump on command to like support micro robot engineering? There's definitely other ways.
So, like, are they going to use like? I don't get like. Are they going to put like a little chip in the spider to control it? They use it for like spy shit.
No, I think because like the way that they did it, they just kept moving it back and forth from platforms until it was eventually trained. And I guess like their thought process is if you can do that to a spider, you can do it to a micro robot sort of thing. So I guess they're trying to just see like how it would. It really doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it just sounds like a bunch of fucking nerds who wanted to see a spider jump and they had time on their hands because they're scientists.
Like, there's so many better, more well suited, things you could put all of your energy towards, and teaching a fucking spider how to jump. What is that? Like, what are you going to do with that? Like,
if that thing breeds, because it's Kim, so it's a girl, and if that thing like has a baby, and like all of a sudden there's like a gene that goes into spiders where they can like really start to seriously jump whenever they fucking want to, then we're gonna have a fucking problem. I mean, we're gonna have a legit fucking crisis on our hands.
Well, so hold on. Here's the question: did they teach it how to jump, or did they teach it how to jump on command? Because
I don't know. It didn't really specify. They just kept watching the just the clip that they put up. The thing was just like jumping back and forth, and it's a large distance of jump too, and it's like uphill. It's probably like 4 feet. Things jumping up.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's not like straight up. It's a cross. It's like, have you ever seen Speed with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Remember when they have to drive the bus over like the big gap in the highway? It's that. It's like pretty much that.
That's terrifying. I mean,
Yeah,
because
tell
that's the
me.
thing. Like if spider, because I don't know if spiders can jump like already on their own, but if like they
Mm,
just taught the spider
no,
how
they
to
can.
jump, they can.
They
Okay.
can, and it's fucking terrifying. But for them to like really like understand it more like this, like they're just gonna start jumping and make it part of like their skills that they want to use all the time. Like, instead of crawling, we're just gonna fucking hop like crickets all over the place. And like I said, it's gonna be a fucking problem.
Yeah. Imagine being a spider and like people always say like, why are you so scared of the spider? The spider's more scared of you. Imagine
Fuck
from like
that.
imagine from the spider's perspective, you're just looking up and like the Empire State Building is just terrified and just runs away from you. Like
That
something
would be
that
pretty
big.
awesome. That would be pretty cool.
I have
I
the
mean,
power.
I get that, but they just look so fucked and they move so quick
Yeah,
and
they
like
have too many legs. I don't like it. It's
ah fuck spiders, man. I can do snakes. Like it's a weird thing with me. I don't mind
yeah, I
snakes at
don't mind
all.
snakes either. Mainly because they don't
Yeah.
have legs. You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about them jumping at you.
Like they
Snake is-
slither, like a big deal,
Yeah.
sort of thing. Like, yeah, I'll hold the snake, sort of thing. But when it comes to spiders, keep that fucking thing away from me. Just kill it. Just kill
Yeah,
it now.
I don't get the people that pet tarantulas. What are you, a fucking psycho?
Well, yeah, exactly. People are psychos, as we learned from the movie that we just
Yeah.
watched. My friend Dahmer, and people like you think you said yesterday. You see a lot of people just walking around with huge grins on their faces for no fucking reason, called psychopaths. Okay, and they're among us, and they're training spiders how to fucking jump
Yeah, I don't know. I
on
just feel
command.
like there's things we could be looking at, like I don't know, maybe curing cancer or
Yeah,
or solving the gas crisis. Renewable energy. I don't know anything but teaching spiders how to jump. This cannot end well.
we
Let's
should
see
be able
what-
to vote on what scientists research.
Absolutely.
Right? Unbelievable. I mean, like if I knew that they're over there training fucking tarantulas to like jump on command, then I'd say like, "Whoa, I'm not for this.
Yeah, I know.
I
I
don't
mean,
want micro robots if this is what it means."
the only reason that I could see this is if they're training the spiders to work for like the CIA to like crawl into like people's cars and jump at them while they're driving to like assassinate them.
Well, I guess. I mean, sure, Mr. Stay Woke. I'm just more afraid of those things fucking just jumping on me anywhere.
Yeah, no, that's a fair fear.
It's a very fair fear. Okay, so with that bad news, we're going to jump right into baseball real quick. So our first topic. So Vlad Guerrero Jr. decided to troll the baseball world the other day and post a picture of himself in the JFK airport. The Blue Jays were in Flushing to play the Mets, so everybody thought he was getting called up. So he fooled us, especially me, because I'm the one who broke the news to everybody because I'm the one who drafted him in my fantasy baseball rank. He's just literally sitting on my bench. And I thought, oh my God, he's here. Nope, still not even close. Still in Double-A. So his numbers right now in Double-A, 34 games. He's batting .415, 7 yabos, 15 doubles, 40 RBIs, and then 13 Ks, and then 14 walks. So he's walking more than he strikes out.
Right. And you think someone that has that much power, and especially like, because his father was swung at everything.
Yeah.
You think
Well,
that,
he was still like, yeah, it's not like this. I get what you're saying.
yeah. No, I mean, he used to swing at everything. And like, there's, you can see videos of him golfing the ball out of the dirt for home runs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You think he would strike out a little bit more, which, with a guy with that much pop, you're like, okay, it's a trade-off. You take it. But the fact that he's only struck out 13 times in 34 games, and he has more walks and strikeouts is insane. I mean, I know it is Double-A, but and he's only 19.
Yeah, he's only 19 years old.
Crazy.
But I mean, those numbers are crazy. But I mean, his dad is like literally a Hall of Famer. He just got in.
Yeah.
So he's got some Hall of Fame genetics. I don't know. Are there a lot of people out there right now who like Hall of Famers who have sons in the MLB right now? Excuse me. Can't really think of any.
And I know the Blue Jays have a couple guys. I have Craig Biggio's son.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's both. That's right. The Blue Jays have both of them.
And they have Bo Bichetti too. I don't know who was his dad.
I'm not sure.
Dante Bichetti, something I don't know, something like that. His father was a major leaguer. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. But yeah, current major leaguers right now. I mean, Ken Griffey Jr. was.
Yeah, there's been a big gap, but
yeah, Aaron Boone with the Boones.
Yeah, they were all. I think their dad was awesome, but Brett and Aaron were. Aaron only needed one at bat to be like
That's all
Yankees. He needed his pinstripes right there, but
yeah.
I mean, he's going to be fucking sick. It's just a question of like, I mean, I need the Blue Jays to like. I don't know how it works with prospects. Like, if you're making a huge playoff push, is that when you want to bring up your prospects, or is it when you're losing and people aren't going to the games anymore? Is that when you want to bring up your prospects? I mean, you want to. Yeah. Because Vlad will fill the seats if you have that problem. But the Blue Jays look pretty fucking good right now, even though they shouldn't. Like they're winning games. They have no shot in our division, but like they're kind of like in a middle of the pack kind of thing.
They're in that in between where they can maybe steal a wild card spot. at the end of the year. I mean, you would probably want him up in both situations, I think.
Hmm.
You know, if you're out of it to, kind of get his feet wet, get his toes wet for next year when he, he's ready for a full year. And then even, um, down the stretch, if you're in the playoff hunt, get a nice little, maybe a little shot of adrenaline into the team.
Yeah.
Get this young guy who's out there just bashing the ball to all fucking fields.
Yeah, and it made sense to me too because I mean, like with the Blue Jays being kind of in it right now, like with us, like in the Red Sox, they need to keep ground if they're serious about it, and like that would be a good choice. But I mean, not only is he not in the MLB, he's not even in AAA yet; he's still in AA.
Yeah,
with these numbers, so it's like promote him some way, put him up like a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean they say that AA usually has more talent than AAA,
just undeveloped.
Yeah, it's just not as developed. Like AAA, you'll see a lot more, minor league lifers. I'm guessing around there.
Yeah, Bull Durham.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean that because there are guys that make the jump straight from AA to the majors, if they're tearing it up enough. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if he keeps hitting like this, there's no way they can't call like. Could you imagine if last year or even this year in the beginning of the year, Torres, Gleyber was just hitting like this, and we wouldn't call him up? People would be going nuts.
If Vlad, if for some reason though, like I mean, Glaber's huge, but like Vlad is just so much more. Like I will say is must watch television. If Vlad Guerrero's on the Blue Jays, that's like the only thing that will get me to turn on a fucking Blue Jays Orioles game, sort of thing.
Yeah, no, it's because of the pop. I mean, Gleyber does everything well, like very well, but like when Vlad gets up there, he has a chance to hit the ball 500 feet, and you want to see that.
Yeah. And then his numbers also speak to that. It's like there's a good chance that he's even if he doesn't hit a Yabo, he's going to hit the ball.
Yeah,
he's electric. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's going to be fucking sweet. I can't wait. I hope he gets up this year. That'd be great. For me,
yeah,
and for Toronto and for the city of Toronto. So number 2 in our baseball talk. So. Apparently an earthquake happened today in the Reds-Giants game, a 3.5 magnitude in the top of the first. So that was pretty wild. A little shake, not the biggest earthquake, but it's still enough, Yeah. So the hypothetical that you wrote down for this was, where's the worst place to be when an earthquake strikes? So what do you got?
In the middle of a Jenga tournament.
That's a good joke. Get like a little drum in there, but
it's either that or a greenhouse.
Jenga tournament. That's genius. And a greenhouse. Why is a greenhouse the last?
Because it's covered in glass and it'd be raining shards of glass on you when it breaks.
Oh yeah.
So what do you got?
I have what did I write down? Taking a huge shit while you're at the beach. Because you never know if the epicenter was close to shore in the ocean and like a tsunami might come, which is like, I'm more obviously afraid of tsunamis than I am earthquakes.
Of course.
But if you're like taking a huge dump, like a wicked one while you're like at the beach and like the epicenter happened out there, then like, tsunami's coming in 10 minutes, like you're screwed.
You start wiping furious. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Fucking wipe, dude. Yeah, that would be intense. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty logical case. I was also going to say like a cruise ship, like somewhere definitely near the water or on the water.
Yeah.
Like, have you watched tsunami footage before of like the wreckage that they do?
Oh, it's insane. It just takes everything out in its path.
And they're not even like, because people, if you don't look into it, probably think that they're just monster tidal waves. No, they look like regular waves, but they're just going like 1,000 miles an hour. And they just fucking like, it looks like a little wave and like somebody can boogie board off of, and then they get shot to fucking Canada. But taking a shit on the beach, really long one, over 10-minute long shit.
Or even just in any major like metropolitan city. Where there's like a chance of buildings just falling everywhere if it's like a real crazy earthquake. Some like Transformer shit.
What are you gonna do? Just get up like and pull your pants up and run? Like, no way.
No.
It's a mess. What if you're overreacting and you run out and like you just like,
you just walk around with shit in your pants.
I was on the can. It's crap all over you. Everybody's like, oh.
Did you guys hear that?
Oh man, were you in that earthquake that happened a couple years ago or a few years ago? It was like the New Jersey one. I don't know if it got that up towards New York.
I don't think so.
Have you ever been in an earthquake, like in general?
No, never.
Because this one, it was like a small one, but I was sitting there watching TV, and like all of a sudden, like it just felt like my dog was like scratching his leg against the chair, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But then I looked over and I see the lampshades kind of like jiggling, and then I just got real dizzy because I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like that's what it feels like. Because then, and then you stand up to go check out what's going on, and you see like all the shit like is shaking in your house, and you're like, "Oh my god, it's an earthquake!" You at first, if you don't know what they are and they're small enough, you think you're just like having a stroke or something.
Is it ghost?
Ghost. Jump right to ghosts. Oh man! All right, so. Moving on from earthquakes, so our third and final part of the baseball talk. So we have a baseball name game, a little new. It's a little segue towards the world famous segments, baseball related. So Tones, why don't you explain to the Bomb Squad what we're doing here?
Yeah, so this is a game I used to play when I was in high school on the baseball team on bus trips to away games. So basically, the baseball name game is one person starts. They'll throw a name out there, like let's say I say Albert Pujols. Which is a funny name, by the way, Pujols.
Have you ever seen how they pronounce it on ESPN when like his last name? It's POO dash holes, HOLES.
Pujols, yeah.
Pujols, yeah.
Pujols. So if I say that, you have to take the first letter of that person's last name, P, Pujols. And then say a player who has that letter.
Burl.
Who has the first letter of their first name. Okay. And you just keep going until you can't name anybody else. So we're going to do it where we get 3 seconds after the last person says theirs. And then if you don't get it, you lose. And I don't know. We haven't decided what happens if you lose, but
yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll put on some intense music too.
Yeah, definitely.
Do this. Why don't you cue up the tunes? It's new tunes for the baseball name game.
All right. So you want me to lead off?
No, I'm going to lead it off. I'm the away team on this. This is your game.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go with Babe Ruth.
Ricky Henderson.
Hanley Ramirez.
Robbie Ray.
Richard, shit. Fuck.
Didn't get very far. Richard.
God damn it.
Baseball playing Richard.
I just dove into a first name and assumed I could pull one out. God damn it. It's tough when you're on the clock in a podcast, like in 3 seconds.
There's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure, way more than it probably sounds like to the Bomb Squad. So fucking lay off. All right, Taylor Hicks, get me out of here. Get me into segments. All right. So as always, we're going to start off the riddle. We have 5 total segments today, too, by the way. We have a new one coming up. This is going to be a great set of segments today. And plus, I guess most people are probably listening to this on their Friday, too. So TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Get that. All right. So with the riddle. So I'm going to read this to Tones. He'll have 1 minute to answer the riddle. He is 6-1. He's 6-1.
6-1. No, 5-1.
Fucking dominant.
5-1.
I'm the one who came up with this segment too. I had no idea that Tones was good at riddles. So it was just like, hey, you want to try riddles and fucking get them all right. It's fucking
I didn't bullshit. Know either, man. I didn't know. It's sometimes you just find these hidden talents that just pleasant surprise.
Look at this. All right. We're going to test your knowledge today. So with that, please start the riddle music. Tones. The man who makes it doesn't want it. The man who buys it doesn't need it. And the man who needs it doesn't know it yet. What is it?
Okay.
I'm going to start the timer.
The man who makes it doesn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
The man who buys it doesn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
And the man who doesn't have it needs it?
The man who needs it doesn't know it yet.
Cigarettes.
No. 20 seconds in.
The man who makes it doesn't need it.
Tones looks.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one. 37 seconds in. Have we stumped the Tones? 20 seconds in. I'll read it one more time. The man who makes it doesn't want it. The man who buys it doesn't need it. And the man who needs it doesn't know it yet. What is it? 10 seconds left on the clock.
Clothes.
No.
I don't know. I'm lost.
Time's up. The answer is a coffin. The answer is a coffin.
Oh, coffin.
Man who makes it doesn't want it. The man who buys it doesn't need it. And the man who needs it does not know it yet.
Yep. You got me. All right.
Gotcha. 6-2. All right. Sweet. Cool. All right. So with that, we're moving on to our second segment, which is a new segment. Give me a fucking sound effect for new segments.
Whoa.
some fucking explosions or some shit.
Air horns.
Yeah, or like a fucking shredding guitar lick. So this is what it's called. And I'm going to read you the rules, Tones, because you are the participant today. You're going to be the guinea pig for this segment. So it's called the Deal or No Deal Spelling Bee Challenge. Now, you don't have to partake if you don't want to. If you don't want to partake, then we'll just move on to the next segment, okay?
No, I'll partake. I'll partake.
All right. Oh, all right. So the banker's calling. You ever watch Deal or No Deal?
Of course.
I love how he always picked up the phone. He's like, it's the banker. It's a guy. It's the banker. So this is what has to happen, okay? So you're going to have to spell a word that I give you correctly. And I'm not going to tell you what it is until you figure out if you want to accept or decline. All right. So if you spell it right, then we'll knock off one of your two over the lines. You have two. Yeah, you have two, right?
3 now.
3. That's right. Okay. So that's right. You racked one up earlier. So we'll knock one of those off. But if you're wrong, then we have to tack it over the line on to your current total. All right. So if you would like to do it, just please tell me deal or no deal.
Okay. Well, do I have... I only have one chance to spell it right?
You only have one chance to spell it right, but you can ask me all the questions that are like you can ask in a spelling bee.
Right. Okay.
Actually, I got to pull that up. If you want, let me know if you want to do it.
Yeah, give me the deal. I'll take it.
You want a deal?
Deal.
Take it. Deal. All right, hit me with the deal or no deal music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Poco Curanti.
What? That's not a real word.
Poco Curanti. I'm looking at it right now.
Give me the definition.
Poco Curanti, a careless or indifferent person. Poco Curanti.
Country of origin.
I have to go to a separate page for that. Hold on. Italian. Poco Curanti.
Can you use it in a sentence?
While they were waiting for dinner, Pocoranti ordered a concert. That doesn't make any sense.
What is
Martin found that there was a good deal of reason in Pocoranti's remark. Well, this is just a historical. These are historical examples. That's my mistake. It's just a person named Pocoranti.
So this isn't. Do I still have to spell it?
Yeah, you do. Because it's a noun and it means a careless or indifferent person. But all the examples are just of some guy from 1755 who didn't give a shit.
All right. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay, here we go.
P-O-C-C.
Oh,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. You meant double C there, right? You weren't just No, there's only one C. Pocourante. Pocoranti.
I wouldn't have got that. God damn it.
So that knocks you up and over the line. You should have just went home with the money. You should have taken the banker's. Well, he didn't really make you an offer.
No, that wasn't a very good offer.
Okay, so that racks you up to 4 over the lines. Holy shit. You're getting really close to a TNT fucking punishment challenge. Let's 3 away, baby. All right.
I gotta come through big next episode.
You can just see the Tones realizes he just made a big mistake by accepting that deal or no deal spelling bee challenge. So with that, we're going to move into our Tales of Career Past. So please, why don't you cue up the jolly accordion music, please, and tell us a story, huh?
All right. So this one is not so much a story, like a specific instance, but it's just something I used to do. So in sales, every once in a while, you what we used to call in the makeup business is lose your attitude. When you get a bunch of no's in a row and you're just like, fuck, I can't sell anything. So when you're out there on your own, you have to find certain ways to bring that attitude back, to kind of just put yourself in a better mood. Because nobody wants to buy something from someone who's miserable and just come up as like, hey, you want some makeup?
You want this makeup?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to avoid. So what I used to do, I would walk into a Chinese restaurant and I would pitch them in Spanish, just confuse the shit out of them.
Wow.
So I had like a Spanish pitch like memorized. Like I didn't really know what it meant, but like I learned it from some people in the office that also.
Do you still remember what it was?
No, I remember a couple of words.
Forget it. I thought it was like I have an excellent product for you today in Spanish sort of thing.
No, it was real rudimentary. Like I used to say, well, I knew maquillaje, that's makeup, and I
Hmm.
used to say something along the lines of like, I have everything for your eyes, lips, and cheeks, like
Okay.
for the makeup, but instead of like the word I would use for cheeks meant butt cheeks, cachetes. So that would always get a nice little laugh out of him. I'd throw cachetes out of there.
Makeup for your butt cheeks.
Yeah,
That's a good sales pitch right there. That's a
yeah,
good joke.
like that.
Butt cheek makeup.
But so I used to just go in there and just like do my whole pitch like real fast in Spanish to these Asian people and just confuse the shit out of them because they barely spoke English. And all of a sudden I start throwing Spanish at them. But one time the guy actually spoke back to me in Spanish and I was totally lost. I
Oh
was
boy.
just like, I just like, wow, I didn't expect you to answer me. I'm gonna go now.
Oh, that sucks.
It was funny though. It was
You
you know,
should have tried your best to keep it going. Like once he comes back with like a real fast, legit like Spanish thing, you should be like, you know, muy
that's
bien.
I was so flabbergasted. I didn't know what to do at that point. I was just like, you won, dude.
You know, donde está la biblioteca pal? Yeah. Oh man, that's awkward. I
Yeah.
like that though. It's sometimes you got to do what you got to do as a salesman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my tale from a career's past is a caddy. So there's this guy. I want you to listen to this. This is a great
I'm
man.
listening.
He passed away kind of recently, and he lived in epic. He was a caddy for his entire life. His name was Bobby Russell. He talked like this: go down to the bike shop, get myself 2 spokes for one. guy was the most absurd human being of all time. He always wore a Montreal Canadiens jersey, no matter what. And this is like 100-degree weather. Always like the long sweater for the Canadians. Guy was a legend. And he always goes like this too. Like every 5 seconds, if it was too hot, I'll tell you, getting a little hot out here. Guy was the best. But anyway, so his story. So like, all right, so it was like a 100-degree round. I think it was like a member guest tournament or something like that. And the member guest tournaments and tournaments like that are usually like just 27 holes like that you have to do. When they just say like fuck the caddy,
Yeah.
we're gonna play golf and get drunk. And like this guy's got to lure around like 2 bags and like a putter for fucking 27 goddamn holes in 100-degree heat. And Bobby Russell couldn't. I mean, he was like 60 years old at this point, fat,
Yeah.
like whatever. So finally, long story short, after we like the round is starting to finish up, so he's on the 18th hole, and guy finishes the last putt, puts the pin in, collapses, falls to the ground. The guy finished the round like he was dying the entire time. Put the pin in, fell, and everybody was just. I mean, that's just like in the caddy yard, like the caddy.
Yeah.
That's like folklore, like Bobby Russell.
That's like who's the guy that like yelled out Nike, the Greek guy that like ran to marathon? That's like how they get the guy that ran like he was the messenger and he like yelled out like Nike, which meant like victory because they won the war and he just collapsed and died on the spot.
Oh yeah.
He ran like I guess that's
Exactly
like
what,
a marathon.
exactly what it's like. Yeah. It's like he fought through a stroke to like finish the round.
Yeah. So
But he was just
what he
like
came here for.
he obviously had something wrong with him. Like he only rode a bike. Like he was just kind of like probably IQ of like I don't know 60 or 50 sort of thing. His life was caddying. But like if you ever got the opportunity to talk to him and he'd tell you about his round, he's like, I'll tell you, caddied for Mrs. Beggins the other day. She took me 2 putters for one. Like, oh man, go down to the Serpicos, grab a couple slices. God, I love that guy. He got hit by a car one time. It was like hilarious. It wasn't that bad, but like attacked by a car. Got right up. It's funny. Trust me, it wasn't that bad. You know what? He did it over the line. I deserve that one.
Yeah. All right.
Russell get hit by a car. Yeah.
So it's a funny.
It's an honorable. Yeah, it's an honorable. Over the line right there. Rest in peace, Bobby Russell. Okay, so I was going to say with that, we have a surprise, but we're actually going to move to Stay Woke, and the surprise will come after. No. The timing's actually fine. Okay, so we have a surprise horse race. Yeah. So I'm going to open up my TVG app. Since it's a fucking Thursday, like the most obscure tracks. Like I might end up betting on Chariots right now. Like those races are the worst when you're not looking at it, you're just looking at the app.
Yeah.
And like you put the bet on and you watch on your phone. It's like, oh, it's these fucking clowns and like Gladiator. All right. So
do they have spikes on the wheels like in Gladiator or no?
That would be badass. I try to avoid the goddamn Chariots as much as possible. Okay. So we have to see which track they're going to go to. So Give me a second. They're at a commercial break. So there's Buffalo Raceway, Hoosier Park, Western Fair Raceway. None of these.
Never heard of any of those.
Never heard of any of these. I don't even. It could be just fucking human beings racing for all I know. Could just be like a track marathon.
You ever bet on the dog racing?
No, no, I can't do that. They had it. I mean, because I live near Freehold Raceway Park, and they used to do greyhound racing all the time. My dad always wanted to go. I was just like, I don't want to see that. Take me to the pony. I didn't see a horse die. I don't want to see a dog die. All right, fuck it. Actually, let's just go to Stay Woke. Okay. This is a long commercial. So, Stay Woke. We got a new conspiracy with our conspiracy expert Tones. So, Tones, what's the latest conspiracy that we're going to delve into today?
All right. So I actually forgot up until today that I have a giant book of conspiracies in my room.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's so I forgot where I was, but I was on vacation when I was younger with my family and my mom. We were in a gift shop somewhere. Mom's like, "Oh, come on, get something," and I was like, "No, I don't want anything." She's like, "No, just come on, get something." And I'm like, "All right." I'm looking, and I found this book, the Mammoth Book of Conspiracies. So I just got that. There's 100 of them in there. So today we're gonna go with it's called the American MIAs in Vietnam. So the theory states that there's still, well, I don't know about right now, but there's still, like, after the war, the Vietnam War ended, there was still POWs that we never brought back, and we just kind of left them there.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of go through some stuff here. The Paris Peace Accords were signed in 1973, which is what kind of, was like what ended the war, basically.
Yeah.
And at the time of this, there was 2,600 Americans that were unaccounted for from the war.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And then after the peace accords, we received back about 590 U.S. soldiers. And then Nixon said that all the servicemen were released.
Nixon said that? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so, he's a liar.
Yeah. Well,
I
don't know.
Fucking car alarms in this fucking goddamn city. Baltimore. It's ridiculous. People just like sit there and wait until like it's an hour and they're like, I'm gonna check my car real quick. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So the theory is, that they were trying to cover up all these extra POWs because during the Paris Peace Accords, allegedly they agreed on the U.S. giving $4 billion to the Vietnamese in return for all the soldiers.
Okay.
But after they kind of thought about it a little bit, a lot of these POWs...
It's a lot of money, especially in the 60s, yeah.
It's a lot of money, but a lot of the POWs were allegedly in Laos, which is where they weren't supposed to be. They were doing like dark, like classified operations when they got captured.
Yeah.
So the theory is saying that to cover it all up, they decided not to bring them back and bring media attention to it.
Okay.
So they were trying to cover up some other shit they were doing in other countries where they weren't supposed to be.
Wait. So rewind real quick. All right. So there's these people where they're not supposed to be. Okay.
Yeah.
And they bring the media over there. Now, what are they trying to, like, what's the propaganda that they're trying to make it seem like I'm watching a commercial? What's it supposed to look like?
No. So what they're saying is if they brought back these soldiers that were in Laos and Cambodia, then questions would be like, well, why were they there? They weren't supposed to be there. We were fighting in Vietnam. So they were trying to avoid those questions by leaving them over there. And even after, Nixon said that he brought everyone back in 1980, which was 7 years after they signed the peace accords.
Yeah.
A widow of a wife of one of the POWs wrote to him saying, like, are we doing anything to stop this or to get them back? And he apparently said that in 1980, they had a mission led by Colonel Bo Gritz, which, by the way, great military name.
That's a great name. Bo Gritz.
Yeah, Bo Gritz. But
I'm a fan of that name.
He led several missions in the 1980s to go back and bring back these POWs, like, under wraps. But so it's just a lot of contradictions flying, a lot of stuff going on. Actually, fun fact, Rambo is supposed to be based off of Bo Gritz and Rambo 2, when he goes back to like save the POWs, that's supposed to be like based off of him.
Damn.
So
I'm not gonna forget that. I'm terrible with names. I ain't gonna forget Bo Gritz.
Yeah. So I think that's what we take away from this is Bo Gritz. But it's just kind of interesting to think about. Like, do you think the government would really, sacrifice the lives of, a couple thousand
I think they would, yeah, especially then. I mean, those days with the White House, like when media was just starting, it was very easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
Like we talked to the moon landing and stuff. Like you can't do that anymore. That's why like conspiracy theories are very impossible to believe in these days. Like because there's a camera on fucking everything, you know.
Yeah.
But like back then, no, they could control the story. And if the president didn't like it because it didn't match his, you know, whatever he was trying to get out there, like, you know, why are they in these countries if we're fighting Vietnam? Like, he doesn't want you to know that like it's gotten completely out of hand and now we have to go fight all these other countries too. And it's just a mess. Like, he's gonna do everything he can to cover it up and like, you know, be an idiot because he's not in Vietnam and he doesn't understand what's going on over there.
Yeah, and I guess it's easier for him to do that than to, you know, deal with all that shit. But it's like it's not like he has to actually kill them himself. It's kind of like the whole Pontius Pilate thing. He just washes his hands of the whole situation. He's like, it's out of my hands now. Like whatever they want to do, that's on them. It's kind of fucked up. But you know, I don't know. So what do you think? You think it's hoopla or you think it's
No, I think it's legit.
Okay.
I buy that. It's not like a crazy one like Bush did 9/11 sort of thing. It's just like a logical. I mean, Nixon's fucked.
Well, don't get me started on Bush. We can go down that rabbit hole.
G-dubs? At least we can agree that he's a guy you want to grab a beer with.
No, yeah, I don't dislike the guy. I'm just talking about the whole 9/11 part of it.
Yeah.
I'm saying I can go down that rabbit hole, but you know, we'll save that for another episode.
All right. So we're still in like we have 2 minutes to post, so we got to like kind of kill some time. So why don't we hit a commercial? Excuse me. And we'll be right back with the horse race. I'll get you a nice commercial in there too. And we'll be right back.
Okay. All right. I want to take this time to get my pen back up and working.
This isn't recording, right? This is.
I mean, it is recording, but I could take all this out.
Yeah, just take this out. I'll give you a cue when to start it because I don't want to sit here and just lollygag because it's Thursday. There's not a lot of races.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
All right, let's bet this guy together. Let's see. Who do I like? Ramsey, right off the bat.
Strong name.
Prince Jubilee.
Is Paco Lopez there again?
No, he's not going to be in any of these races. This is Hoosier Park. I don't even know where this is.
I'm guessing Indiana. Hoosier?
Probably, I would assume. Yeah. No, this is race 1. I have no idea where this is. If it's race 1, then it's got to be like fucking noon somewhere.
Hawaii? I mean, that's the only place where it's 12 o'clock right now.
No, because it's international. Like, so it could be fucking anywhere.
Okay. Unless it's like in China, it's like noon tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's crazy. Every time I'm playing Friday the 13th and I'm talking to people, it's normally from different countries. I'm just like, what time is it over there? And like, it'll be like 5 o'clock here. And they're just like, it's like 1 a.m., mate. I'm like, damn, you should.
Yeah, like my parents are in Europe right now. And
mine are too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they went to Spain.
Okay. Mine are on a river cruise. They're going from like Prague through Germany, I think into France. I don't know. They're going all over.
Damn.
But they called me at like 11 o'clock and like, yeah, it's like 5:30 here. We're going to like go eat dinner soon. Like, I just woke up.
Damn. Have you ever been to Europe?
Yeah, I've been to England and Ireland. I went on one trip over there. It was pretty cool. I was young. I was like 14, so I was like too young to like really experience like the drinking and all that.
Yeah, I don't have any plans of going on over there ever. Who cares? Who cares over there?
It's just like I don't know, I think it's kind of cool to see some different shit every once in a while. I mean, I definitely want to go to Italy at some point. That's really about it. Maybe Spain. Spain's supposed to be pretty cool.
I'd want to go to Germany. That's if I had to go somewhere.
Go for Oktoberfest.
That's it. That's not.
Yeah.
That's why. It's post time. Let's get to the track. All right. Okay. Not yet, because they're showing Woodbine. Come on, get to fucking.
Ooh, now stay woke. Oh fuck! What did I write down?
It's a chariot race. I might have to pull it up on my phone. Can you hear? Is this? Can you hear that music at all?
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't. They haven't really started talking yet. Once the announcer comes on, you'll be able to hear him like loud and clear.
Yeah. So who'd you go with?
Well, they're chariots, so it's hard to fucking tell. I haven't picked anybody yet.
Okay.
Oh, that's a big boy. Hot Rod Mendale. He's 21-1. And I'm throwing all odds out the window with chariots. I'm going with Hot Rod Mendale. To win.
This fucking thing. Oh yeah, there we go. I think it was clogged. I hit it like 3 times before that and it wasn't hidden. Oh wow, I'm really high now.
Did you write down when we're supposed to start cutting? And then
yeah. I thought I did it for a second, but I just looked and I have it.
Okay.
Less than 1 minute to post time.
I can hear that.
All right, perfect. 1 minute to post time. Are your parents upstairs?
What?
Are your parents upstairs?
No, they're in Europe.
Oh, that's right. He just told me that.
All right. Just let me know when. No,
I'm ready to go.
All right. Go.
All right, we're back. I got a horse named Hot Rod Mendale. It's a chariot race, which I hate to bet on, but it's fucking Thursday and there's not a lot of good races on, so we're just going to have to fucking deal with it. So I threw odds out the window. It's chariot races, so
Okay.
cue the Rudy music.
And they're off and pacing.
Come on, Hot Rod Mendale. Shout out Deal or No Deal. Harry Mondale. This is so fucked up with these chariots. It literally looks like Gladiator.
Are they wearing armor?
I can't tell. It's too far away. They might be.
Coming away sixth. Bullen Rockteen is out in seventh. Back of the inside at eighth. It's Twin Beast Sportsman. Hot Rod Mendale, early trader ninth.
We're in last place.
28 seconds to the outside with a short lead. Bayfish and Doc.
It looks like horse speed walking. It's like a race to New York.
It's like those old ladies in the mall just like speed walk, you know.
Come on, Hot Rod Mendale. I'm not sure if people make runs in this sport or if it's like when it's done, it's done. Come on, Hot Rod Mendale. All right, it's starting to get real fucking jumbled up now, and these fucking carts all over the place. There's a chance. We got a chance here.
A couple of crashes, who knows?
Yeah, we might have a wreck.
Smoke rings waiting for clearance now as Bayfish and Doc continues to race wide, beginning a slow retreat in fourth.
Still in last, but come on, Hot Rod Mendale.
Fifth Goliath is locked in, shuffled rather on the outside. He is shuffled back now. He'll swing 3 deep. Tween Beast Sportsman.
Come on, Hot Rod Mendale.
Past 3 quarters at 124 and 3, racing for home. Prince Jubilee leads the way. Ramsey struggling with the pace now, beginning to drop back and gap in the second. Smoke Rings comes to his outside, attacking from third.
Nope.
And Jagger Blue Chip from further back fourth.
Nope.
Roland Rocktain looking to rally on the inside. Fifth.
Second to last place.
Prince Jubilee and Eagle Coast.
Better than last time. Fuck.
When your horse ran off the track.
That wasn't my horse. That was another horse. But we still came in last place. It's like that guy like left the track and came back and still fucking came not in last place.
Snack, came back.
So to say that I'm on a cold streak would be an understatement and a half. Okay, so let's get the fuck out of there again and go to our 4-pack of questions. All right. So Tones, what is the scariest thing that happened to you in your childhood?
So one time I went skiing with my cousin, and
is this the time you shat your pants?
No, different time. So he went down ahead of me, and he was like kind of waiting for me at the bottom, and I was going, and I don't know what happened. I just like started speeding up. I went a little too fast. I kind of tripped up, and I fell, and I was rolling, and there was a cliff, right? Not a cliff, but like a drop.
The side of the mountain. Yeah.
The side of the mountain.
You almost fell off the mountain.
Well,
I've seen it.
So there was, it wasn't like, it was like maybe like a 10, 15 foot like slope, and then just kind of flat and like brush down there. But along the edge was like a wooden fence with like big posts in the ground. And I started rolling, like going right for that. And I hit the back of my head on the wood. Luckily I had a helmet. So it wasn't too bad, but like if I rolled over another half a time before I hit that, I'm going face first into that shit. And then from when I hit my head, I ended up kind of falling down into the divot. No, I didn't fall. I dropped one of my skis down there. And I had to go get it. So I went down to get it, and then I couldn't get back up.
How they get you back up?
Well, so like the ski patrol, whatever, came over, and they ended up like throwing their pole, like holding their poles down and then like pulling me up, kind of deal. Because I was wearing ski boots, and it's on like a slope that's like filled with like icy snow. It's like there's no way I'm getting up there like without help. But it was like a 45-minute affair where I thought I was just gonna like die down there.
Damn. That actually reminds me, a little tangent real quick. Like when I was a kid trying to ski, we always go to this mountain. And I just couldn't learn how to stop. I was like a child, and like I still remember it. It was that bad, but like it was the little bunny slope thing, not even like a real bunny slope, just like a tiny little hill for like 6-year-olds.
Yeah,
and they take you up. You'd hold on to this orange like cord that's on a zip line, and then you take you up there. You remember that?
Yeah.
So we actually had it on videotape. It was like, hilarious. But like I knew goddamn well I couldn't stop, but I still had to go through. It was like the graduation process. You go up. You just go down, you stop, and then like you pass. But I didn't know how to stop. So I just go down the mountain. My dad's recording it, and I just like fucking flew, just like picked up speed and flew right into the parking lot. Legit went right into the parking lot. My dad went to go stop me and like, catch me because I knew he would, but he fell. Like that's why I went with it. That he'd stop me, and I just breezed right past him.
So it's just
right
like
in the fucking parking lot.
Running towards you, and the camera just dropped, kind of thing.
and then he picks it up and looks towards me, and you see me fucking flying into the parking lot, and you see your horns like
going through traffic.
I was like, ah! I never did learn how to stop on skis.
You got a pizza, man.
You got a pizza. I just couldn't grasp that.
Yeah.
But the scariest thing happened to me. So it was right after 9/11. Try not to go over the line here. It was like 2 or 3 days after. Like it seemed like that. It was very, very close to 9/11. My parents were at a party with their friends they were in a cul-de-sac over, and it was me, my brothers, and my sister. And then all of a sudden there was a power outage. Like there was no bad weather or anything. It just power went out, and like everybody's already freaking out about everything, sort of thing. So like everybody just immediately assumed that it was terrorists. Fucking terrorists are back. Like holy shit. So like we're like, I mean, I'm only when 9/11 happened, we're 10 years old. So or like 11. So like I'm just like, my brothers and my sister are like freaking out. I'm like, oh god, Bin Laden is fucking here. Like it's in the backyard. Like holy shit. But it's so funny from my mom's perspective because they were like so close, but they like sprinted over because they assumed the same thing. My mom was telling me the guy who was hosting the party, he was like, once the power went out and everybody's freaking out. He was like, I'm going to get my gun. They're like, what are you getting your gun for, Jack? And he's just like, I'm going to kill some towel heads. That's what I'm going to do.
It's an overline on Jeff's part.
Yeah. On his part. Exactly. But yeah, that was it was terrifying time for the power to just go out for no reason. And it was out for a while too. But yeah, that guy was just like, he also used to say things like, like everybody used to say about it, was like if Jack Wow was on that plane, 9/11 would never happen. Oh man,
But again,
yes,
at that point, you don't have cell phones. Like if power goes out, you have no way of like getting information.
yeah, it was all
It's like-
landlines. That was
yeah, it's like,
that's
what the hell's
totally a
going
thing.
on?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it was very, plausible to just jump completely to the
Yeah.
conclusion of a terrorist attack
Yeah.
happening in fucking
Bin
Asbury
Laden.
Park, New Jersey.
Yeah. It's like, what does Bin Laden have against Asbury Park? He's not a big Bruce fan.
No.
Not a big Bruce fan at all.
Yeah. All right. So, question number 2 of the 4-pack. So, if aliens visited Earth for the sole purpose of just trying Earth food, what are you going to feed them, Tones?
I'm gonna give them some Parmesan Reggiano, the best
Oh.
cheese in the entire fucking world.
Okay.
Have you ever had?
No, I don't think so. Maybe I have, but
It's like you would know if you had it. It's like
it's like
a
Alfredo sauce.
No, no, it's like a Parmesan cheese. You know, like the one you shake on your
Oh, yeah.
on your pasta. But it's like made in a different part of Italy, and it's like I don't even know what it is, but it's just the most delicious thing in the world. And any Italians out there know what I'm talking about. It's fun. A little fun fact for Christmas, I bought my parents a 12-pound block of Parmesan Reggiano.
That's a good gift.
Yeah, it was huge. We still have it in there.
Oh, that's a kind gift. Here's a block of cheese. that's still a good gift. All right. I think the aliens would like that. I think they'd appreciate that.
So what do you got?
I give them a hot dog. Give them a hot dog with mustard on it.
Here's a pig's asshole. Enjoy.
Yeah, is that what it is?
There's some unknown parts in there. We don't know exactly, but I think
People
the
always
case-
say like
the
you
case
don't
might
know
be-
it goes in the hot dog. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't look.
Yeah,
So
I
I
was just
have
saying, like seeing how the sausage is made, kind of thing. Like you don't know what goes in there.
yeah.
I've seen
I-
Sweet Todd.
whatever
making
they're doing, it works. It tastes
No,
so good.
They are delicious. I like
I
my
love
hot dogs burnt though.
Give it. I want to take an alien to a ball game. I want to give him a hot dog and a beer and just like watch the Yankees play the Red Sox and just be like, hey, welcome to Earth.
And this is what it's all about.
Isn't this great? I think they'd love it. They'd be like, oh, give me one of these hot dogs. We only came here for the food, but like, I kind of want to just stay.
Yeah.
These Yankees are on fire. I just had my 8th hot dog. This beer is delicious. Oh, man. I'd love to be our ambassador on behalf of the United States for the aliens. I think I could show them a good time.
I think you'd be a great ambassador.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate you saying that. All right. So we'll move on to question number 3 of our 4-packs. So, Tones, what is your biggest pet peeve?
I hate people that are extra loud for no reason.
Ooh, you're not going to like me in public then.
No, just like people that have like an obnoxious laugh, or they just talk overly loud for no reason. It's like, dude, you're standing right next to me. You don't need to yell at me.
Yeah.
Like I can hear what you're saying. Like I'm all
And those same people too. I hate it when they're trying to talk shit about somebody, like an employee at McDonald's or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're so stupid. And I'm like, yeah, they fucking hear you, you moron. We're right here, you dick.
Yeah, exactly. That's like my manager. He just talks shit about the customers like right in their face. I'm just like, dude, like, what are you doing?
It's the
You
most
guys just do
it's
that.
the most awkward fucking thing when people
I
it
know.
happens so much. Like, hey, you see this fucking idiot? And like, they're like right there. I'm like, dude, he heard you.
Yeah, that and then even just like people that like make loud noises when they do things. Like I have a roommate. I had a roommate. Throw anyone under the bus, but he used to just like everything he did. He just be like,
Oh yeah.
every time you get up, it's like, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not that strenuous of an activity where you gotta grunt. I mean, you're not on the bench press here. You're
Yeah.
fucking standing up to get the water.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But especially with what I brought up too, when people fucking do that. Like,
Yeah, no, that's I didn't even
like
think
right there.
I didn't even think of that. That's a big part of it, a huge part of it.
I know too many people who like still do that. It's
Yeah.
the most awkward thing. Mine's a little different. So mine takes place on the highway. I fucking cannot stand it. It's like a hybrid Tones Bones hybrid. This question. People who go into the left lane and they go like 68 miles an hour and they don't budge. They don't move over. They just sit in the left lane the entire time. It's like, hey, fucking prick. Do you know what this is out here? This is not a game in the left lane.
This is the fast lane,
We got
bro.
places to be. You can't just be sitting here going 65. What the fucking right lane is for? Do you not know your
Absolutely.
left from rights? Okay. It's the best feeling when like you're fucking sitting behind somebody for so long that's going that slow. And then like there's finally a gap in the middle lane. You just fucking blaze.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. This is how fucking fast. Eat my fucking dust. Like,
And then what do you think is going through the head when they're just sitting there like, oh, that guy's going pretty fast? I wonder
What's his
why he's
problem?
just like, yeah.
Where does he have to be so fast? Nowhere, but I'd like to get there faster regardless.
Yeah.
Dick. Obviously, you don't have to be anywhere in a hurry, so just go do it in the right lane.
Yeah, what's the difference? Right lane, left lane.
Jeez. Yeah,
Fuck.
it's unbelievable. I still see it. That and when people fucking use their brakes too much on the highway for no fucking reason, instead of just like easing off the gas, and they keep hitting their brakes, and they have a big black SUV, so you can't see what's ahead of them. So whenever the fucking you're going 80 miles an hour, you see brake lights, fucking freak out. It's the worst.
Especially if you like look away for like a split second and you look back and you see brake lights, like your brain hasn't been able to process like whether he's slamming on the brakes or just
I don't know if there's somebody.
Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, so you have to like ease up too, and then it causes a whole strain of fucking people hitting their brakes. So like, if there's nobody in front of you, and you got to slow down. You don't hit the brakes. You just ease off the gas a little bit. That's it. But it's these fucking, I don't want. All right, gonna be an over the line, but it's women drivers.
Whoa!
I'm allowed to be sexist. I'm gay. I don't like women. I'm on the fucking record for it.
Might be Asians too.
Nothing. They no use to me. Not their comedy, that's for sure. I gotta shut up. I'm gonna get a fucking TNT punishment challenge.
I don't know. Should that count as 2? I mean, you just kept going with it.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not gonna give you the 2. I'll give you the 1.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That was just a rant. It was all sexist. That's fine. Sexism is allowed on the show. But anyway, okay. So yeah, people who go 65 miles an hour in the left lane and don't fucking switch out, just stop it. Just please stop it. I'm looking at you, Pennsylvania license tags, slow ass fucking drivers. Unbelievable. All right. So that gets into our 4th question of the 4-pack, and then we're going to take you into your fucking Friday and your weekend. All right.
All right.
What's a gross thing that you do all the time? And you know it's gross, but you're going to do it anyways.
Before I answer, are we in the trust tree?
I mean, I guess.
Okay.
But you got a whole bunch of listeners. Ask them. I won't tell anybody.
All right, guys, we're in the trust tree. Let's not. This doesn't leave this room.
Like sucking dick, is that what it is?
No. No. I pick my nose.
You broke up, so nobody heard it.
I pick my nose. That's what I do.
Okay, I do too.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Flick them at people too.
Yeah, I flick them. I don't eat them. I flick them. Not at people. I find like a spot of the room where I know no one's ever going to look, and I just kind of throw it in there.
For the record, I don't flick boogers at people.
Well, I mean, you said it. I mean,
I don't know why I said that. I don't flick them at people. I wipe them under seats or desks.
That works too.
Wipe her under.
I put them like behind the couch.
Yeah. If I'm like in privacy, like, and I'm working, I got literally my pointer fingers in my nose, like 9% of the time, just like ripping boogers, finding treasure. I can't believe I wrote this down. I'm gonna say it anyway because I wrote it. I'm really gonna hate that I'm telling everybody this. I don't wash my hands, except for when I'm at work. I don't wash my hands ever when I go to the bathroom because for specific reasons. Like I'm gonna sound like an idiot. I firmly do believe that if you don't, then you build up your immune system pretty strong by doing that. I haven't been sick since I got scarlet fever in high school.
You had scarlet fever.
Yeah, it's scarlet fever when I was in high school. Well, I ended up because I'd never get sick because I don't wash my hands as I go to the bathroom. Okay. And so I got strep throat and I just wasn't used to it. So I just like tried to play through it like a football player, So we went to this place called I Play America, which is like Fun Time America sort of thing. It's a fun little indoor arcade. And once I was dropping my friends, I was like, oh my God, like this has gotten so it's no longer a sore throat. It's like me, I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
So I went home, passed out. Next day I'm caddying and I'm caddying for a doctor and I'm wearing shorts and I look like I had chicken pox sort of thing. He's like, what is that? I was like, I don't know. I just woke up with them. And he's just like, well, it's not chicken pox. I was like, yeah, it doesn't itch at all. And he's just like, you had like strep throat recently? I was like, well, I've been feeling like I've had a sore throat for a couple weeks and like have been feverish a little bit. And he's just like, that might be scarlet fever. Got to test it out. And like, yeah, it was some scarlet fever. Good. Scarlet fever, it sounds intense. It's just like, it's pretty much just if you don't treat like the strep throat, then it will develop into something terrible. And I was in like the second stage of like 5 of how strep throat can kill you. Yeah. It was strep throat, scarlet fever, then like eventually makes its way up to the plague. I think that's how it works.
It sounds right.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the show. So you got any post-show thoughts there, Tom?
No, just subscribe on iTunes, follow us on Twitter.
Subscribe again. Tell your friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell
Please.
a friend, tell them to tell a friend, tell a stranger.
Exactly. Please.
Do it all.
All right. So we will see you on Saturday for another epic edition of a Saturday show. But for now, go have a couple drinks on your Friday. If you're listening to this morning, get through work early, maybe leave a little early, then go have some drinks. Time, have some laughs with your friends. Cherish the Friday. All right. We'll talk to you on Saturday. Thanks, Bomb Squad.